Key issues on the table include regional security, counterterrorism, trade, energy, food security, and new frontiers such as cyber defense, artificial intelligence, and Belarus's membership. In latest developments, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is currently in talks with Myanmar's military chief on the sidelines of the SCO Summit. Meanwhile, Malaysian Prime Minister has arrived in Tianjin to participate in the SCO Summit as well, while China and Armenia have announced the establishment of a strategic partnership. On the sidelines, Chinese President Xi Jinping and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a fruitful meeting focusing on strengthening bilateral ties and cooperation in trade, infrastructure, and regional security as well, according to a senior official. Other leaders in attendance include Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan, Kyrgyz President Sadyar Japarov, Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh, Uzbek President Shavkat Mirziyoyev, and Maldivian President Mohammad Muizzu. The SCO's 25th anniversary comes at a time of sharp global conflicts and internal frictions, with leaders aiming to bolster cooperation in energy, security, and digital defenses, positioning the SCO as a counterweight to Western blocs like NATO. Now we are joined by Megha Sharma, my colleague and senior executive, who is in Tianjin in China, bringing exclusive insight from the summit. Megha, what other key bilaterals are expected today, and what more can you tell us from the ground?
Yes, there has been a flurry of activity that has been taking place since morning. There have been a number of leaders who are either members of the SCO or are participating nations in the capacity of observer nations or in the capacity of dialogue partners who have arrived in Tianjin through the day today. In fact, the latest bilateral that has completed has been between President Xi Jinping and the President of Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan. And the big statement that has come from Erdogan is that he said that Turkey and Erdogan is, of course, massively pushing for trade to accelerate between China and Turkey. In fact, he said that both China and Turkey should be creating new cooperation highlights like new energy, 5G, biomedicine. Besides that, the Chinese president has also met with his Vietnamese prime minister. He ended up meeting the Maldivian president, Mohammad Muizzu, just a short while ago. There has been a meeting on the sidelines of the SCO Summit that has happened between President Putin and his Belarusian counterpart, Alexander Lukashenko. So, a flurry of activities that is taking place. Of course, the Armenian president also met Xi Jinping on the sidelines, where Xi Jinping has, wholeheartedly gone all out and showcased full support for Armenia's proposal to be part of the SCO membership. And not just that, there's been a Kyrgyzstan China bilateral that has also happened. There are at least 10 agreements that have been signed between Kyrgyzstan and China, which is going to be very interesting in development. Remember, these are really rich in rare earth minerals, and that's exactly what the investment is being done by China. It wants to make massive investments in Central Asia, whether it is Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, explore and exploit to the maximum potential the mineral-rich territory of Central Asia, which will be of great value when it comes to the productivity of Chinese industries. So these are developments. In fact, Prime Minister Modi of India has also held a bilateral on the sidelines with the Myanmar military chief. So big developments over there, Asuma. And besides that, what is anticipated now in just a few moments' time, in fact, it may have already started, the foreign minister of China, Wang Yi, is going to be holding a press conference very, very shortly, if he hasn't already started. Now, this press conference is a precursor to the official reception that is being hosted by President Xi Jinping, where he's going to be welcoming all the 24 heads of states who are part of the SCO Summit 2025 in Tianjin in China. Besides that, of course, there are 10 leaders, 10 heads of the international organizations that are also participating in this massive summit.
Much, Mega, for joining us and sharing that insight. Well, we have just heard from my colleague and senior